Today we're going to do Cliff Town. I kind of remember a little bit about this one. It's kind of deserty. There's a few buildings hanging around. We got 1,600 treasure total. We are doing pretty great right now, actually. There are a few things around the way here. First of all, let's check out Mr. Bandito right here. We're going to have to charge him since he's got a shield made of metal, or a poncho made of metal, or whatever that hell that thing is he's wearing. A parka? I don't know. Let's get out of here. There's only a twofer in there. And let's be sure to explore around the edges before we go off and do anything else. But we shouldn't traipse too lackadaisically around the edges, because as we all know, I'm terrible at 3D gaming and I have a tendency to just kind of, you know, walk off things every now and then. So we've got those, and we can't get over this wall just yet, but we'll be able to later on today. Getting over that wall is going to be integral to getting 100%. And there's that big mama lady. She'll slap her minions on the buttons, send them charging after you. And not only do you want to flame her and kill her, but you also want to flame her pots, because gems will sometimes pop out of her cauldrons. So that's a good way to miss gems around here. It's an easy way to miss some rather obvious things, is to not look into those cauldrons. And some kind of like two-legged chicken man lizard thing walking around. I don't... but she's not going to send those after us. Like how that one just kind of disintegrated in mid-walk. Hey, don't want to miss that right there. And this one right here. Thank you, Sparks. Now we need to come over here because we need to explore every building. Some of them we can get on top of right now. Others we will have to glide at from a distance. So we'll be doing a lot of running back and forth that's going to be edited out, because there's a certain vantage point in the level which is very advantageous to us. And so we are going to be returning to it a lot. So that's where my editing Jedi skills come into play. I hear Mr. Dragon Egg Man. I didn't remember there being a Dragon Egg here, but I suppose there is. And speaking of dragons, Halvor. That's a great name.
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't harm metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the trick.
How many times do they say that should do the trick in this game? And shouldn't Spyro already know these things by now? This is like Dragon 101. Come on, Spyro, get it together. This isn't a game anymore. All your friends are dead, or at least trapped in crystal. Not like you have any friends. Someone asked it. Wow, I can't believe I kind of choked there at the last second on that. That was lame. But yeah, somebody asked earlier, are there any female dragons? And in this, at least in this game, there aren't. I haven't played any of the other Spyro games. Hey, you. We'll chase him while I'm talking. But there are no female dragons in this game, but... Alright, I'm almost caught up to him. But that may be true of other Spyro games. I haven't done the research. 5 out of 12, we're doing really well with those. And wouldn't that be embarrassing to miss a single red gem like that? Speaking of embarrassing, I am not practicing my own advice. I'm not looking around carefully for gems. Those are two that are easy to miss right there. And I'm sure I'm missing some ground level treasure chests like this one. Alright, and we're going to have to fill up on health as well, assuming I haven't missed anything down this way yet. And yes, your butterfly guys do spawn after a while, so Mr. Running Iguana Man, he'll regenerate. So if you need health, just kind of torch one guy and then wait a second for the others to pop back up. One up, hidden away in the corner. Awesome! Up to 11 lives. I don't think we're going to approach anything close to 99 in this particular Let's Play. Sorry to everyone who loves watching me get 99 lives, or at least anticipates it with bated breath. But hey, Mr. Hidden Gems. Here we go. Got a couple of blues here. I got the blues. So bad. Is that a different song than what was playing? Actually, I think that's just the same song looping over again. Sometimes this game has a tendency to play the wrong song on the soundtrack, which is weird and unusual, but it happens a lot, actually. Yeah, I don't think so. Here we go. The gems are getting higher dollar value as we get closer to the top of the level here. Well, I say that, but then a twofer pops out of the little cauldron there. So much for that, I guess. And now we're about halfway through the level. There's a lot of good stuff on the way up here, but you gotta be very careful charging. That's why I choked earlier. I didn't want to end up running off the cliff into the river, but on precarious ledges like that, you sometimes find yourself stopping short. Hey, I hear another dragon. Did I miss something down there? No, he's up the way. Never mind. I'm getting ahead of myself. See, I like to do tiny little charges like this. I just tapped the square button there, and that's useful for opening things or killing enemies that require charging. But when you're next to a ledge, that can be very dangerous. And I wonder how we're going to open that. Charging won't work. Flaming won't work. So we're going to have to find another way, it looks like. And there is quite an amusing way to open that particular treasure chest. We'll be doing that a couple times, actually. Let's run up the cliffside here before we deal with anyone down there, or any fat cauldron cooking mamas, any yak ladies. He's ugly as sin, but a hell of a good cook. Oh, smacked away. But no loss of energy, surprisingly. I was anticipating sparks turning blue there. Alright, and I think we've checked every cauldron so far. I think that came out of there, right? Yes, it did. So we are pretty much at the top of Clifftown now. So the world is our oyster, as this guy will tell us. Enzo. Hey, I remember you from Reboot.
Hey, what's on the other side of that river?
Why don't you glide there and find out?
Thanks for avoiding the spoiler, Enzo. This is a good place to save right here. In case we die and do something stupid, we'll start right back here. So let's save our game with the save fairy. Thank you, pretty save fairy. And now we can fly pretty much anywhere we want. We're going to be coming back to this point a lot because there are lots of places we can fly to from here, but we're going to start with the rooftops. We're going to come over here, and you see on the edge of the building here a firecracker. Why don't we light that up and see what happens? Actually, this may not be the first time we've seen one of these things. Did we see one in Dry Canyon yesterday? I don't remember now. But let's glide over here and grab these little treasures. And we'll go back up to the top and grab what exploded out of the chest in just a second. But I'm kind of going down in sequential order at the moment, so I don't miss nothing. And now let's meet back up back at the top of Clifftown. Or, no, we're pretty close thereabouts, so I won't bother editing yet. Well, I would have if I'd have fallen off of there, but oh, look at me all charging up. I got the running thing down. Ooh, lots of shinies. Very nice. Lots of stuff to collect there. And that's what the firecrackers are useful for. Opening chests that can't be opened by Spyro's limited abilities. And now we have an easier way to get to the top of the cliff, it seems. That wasn't there before that I know of, but now we don't have to climb each tier individually, which is nice and handy. So, let's see. Am I missing anything off in the distance? I don't think so right now. Wow, that was spectacularly stupid. So now let's fly over to the other side. Why don't you glide over there and find out? Yes. Oh, am I just barely gonna make it? We'll charge over there just in case. And now buzzards are coming at us. Remember these guys from Dry Canyon. He almost got the slip on us there, actually. More gems that I would be bound to miss if I weren't such a stalwart explorer. That's me, ever stalwart. And here are the boundaries of the level. You don't often see these outright, but these will keep us from running off into oblivion. You don't get hurt for touching them, but sometimes you can see the outer edge of the level. Not always, but in a place like this where you're generally up on a blank, featureless cliff, you will occasionally see these posts, and you can't run past them. It keeps you reined in and looking for gems. So, let's see. A lot of just random gems lying around up here, so we got to be really careful about where we search and cover all our ground. We almost had a collision at the intersection, so to speak. Let's go after these guys. We want to kill every single one that we can find, and we want to be sure to catch up with a dragon up there. There's a dragon around here named, is that Magnus? I'm trying to remember dragon names now because I'm trying to amuse myself, but No, I think this might actually be the highest point in Clifftown. We can reach a lot from here. Marco. Hey, I was close, though.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown.
Okay, yes, this is it.
You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind there.
Yeah, that one also just popped up as well. Now that we, let's see, it's somewhere. There it is. It's right to our right here. And now that we've reached this point, we can access it more easily by just going to that whirlwind, so we don't have to. Oh, hey, boundary of the level. There it is. So now we can get just about anywhere. In fact, we can get anywhere we want within a reasonable distance. We can come over here and get these blue gems, or this blue gem and this green gem. These gems on the blue-green side of the color spectrum. And you can just keep coming back for more. It's very convenient. You can reach some of the highest buildings and the most out-of-the-way nooks and crannies this way, such as up here. Alright. And it looks like there are going to be 400 gems in this level, because there's not much left that I can see. In fact, we are going to want to make our way around to the backside of that structure now. That's where we started the level. And we're going to want to get behind it now. This is the really important find around here. This used to stump me, but if you come over, not here. Wow, Spyro just almost blunt force traumatized himself to death. He will do that, though. He's a very indiscriminate charger. That's why they don't give him a credit card anymore. These are the jokes, folks. Try the veal. Okay. You want to come around to back here. And you don't want to charge off that step like I just did, like a dummy. This is where the good stuff is back here, including a I was going to say $25 gem, but it's just worth 25 gems. It's that little fuchsia one right there. And that's going to pump our total up to, I think, 400, unless I missed something. And I did not. So that appears to be all for Clifftown. Since we also found the dragon egg, we found pretty much everything then. So here we are back at the start. We've come full circle. Let's get out of here. Not as much backtracking as I thought in that level. We kind of got it all done in one nice go. I'm very happy for that. But there's probably going to be a little more backtracking in tomorrow's level, because I often miss something in that particular level. Soldiers, hey, we got an instant one-up from one of those guys. And we've also gotten gotten enough solitaire diamonds to get a one-up from these guys. We only need one more. I think it's worth running around to get, actually. There it is. And see, now we've made a full ring. We get a one-up out of the deal. And that's why it's worth it to go back and kill repeat enemies, like when you return to a home line. Think you're going to make it to the tent? I don't think so. I have other plans. And those plans include, they mostly just involve Ice Cavern. And they mostly involve that happening tomorrow. It's going to be not here. Where did Ice Cavern go? It'd be nice to find it before we take off today, so that we're not running around getting lost otherwise. Ice Cavern, it is not nice of you to hide from me like this. Let's see. We are now back at the beginning of Peacekeepers, I think. In fact, we missed Dry Canyon as well. Yeah, there's Dry Canyon over there. And you come into Clifftown over here, and then there should be a hill leading down, down, down into the Ice Cavern. Here it is, we found it. So let's save our game here for today. If Spyro will actually walk up onto this stinking thing. Excellent. And now let's get out of here. We're going to take off here today in this green glowy place right in front of Ice Cavern, which is full of gems that I'm probably going to end up backtracking for. Stay tuned. It'll be a lot of fun. Stop jumping on the bed, Spyro.